What's up, guys? Your girl Luca here to talk about this interview with Herman Hulst. Specifically, one segment of the interview. I'm going to play it for y'all, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on it.
Great for the teams to see their wonderful creations also being released on PC, often with the help of our newly acquired team here in Utrecht, the Netherlands, Nixies. There are more players, and that's really helpful. I think going forward, we'll see at least a year between releases on our own platform, on PlayStation, and on the PC platform, possibly with the exception of live service games. Live service games are a little bit different in nature, because you want to have really strong community, strong engagement right away, right when you go live. So we might, in the case of our live service offerings, go day and date with PC and the PlayStation platform.
Here's the thing. I've been in the gaming space for quite some time, and I do recall that there was a bit of backlash when Microsoft first announced that they were going to do, day and date with their titles. They were going to release their games when they were coming out with games. They were going to release their games on PC along with Xbox day one, and they were, Microsoft seems to be ahead of the curve, or they're usually the ones who put themselves out there when it comes to ideas that may not be well received, and games going to PC day one from Xbox, that was not necessarily an idea that was well received. Now, maybe not by the majority of players. I think the majority of people who game on console probably didn't even realize it or know about it, right? But like a contingent of people had an issue with it. Now, let me be honest with you. I think this is great. I don't really see any issue with PlayStation games launching on PC a year out. Me personally, I have a Xbox Series X, I have a PlayStation 5, and I have a 3070 in my rig, right? So it's like I can play these games regardless of where they are or when they come out. But for the most part, I do tend to play my games on console when they come out, right? I'm not really someone who waits for titles, unless I just had there was like not a heavy interest in the game in the first place. Get what I'm saying? Like, if it was a title I was really, really, really interested in, really excited for by a studio that I absolutely adore, I'm not going to wait for it to go to PC. I'm going to play it because it's something that I'm excited for and it's something that makes me happy. Also, there are people, who just don't have a PC. And there are people who don't want to play on PC. Even though PC is like turning into, it's always in some respects been the superior platform, right? Because it had the better graphics, better frame rates, cheaper prices, everything like that, right? I think for some people, even with all of that bundled in, they're still going to be console gamers. Like, there's people who just want to play on console. They don't want to deal with some of the headaches that come with being a PC gamer, because there could be like something could go wrong for your PC. A component of your PC could stop working, and then you have to figure out, okay, so what component is it? And some people are not, actually a lot of people, I would say, are not super well versed when it comes to PC components. So maybe they wouldn't want to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? But I do think there are some people who are going to invest in the PC ecosystem now, because it's like you can get your PlayStation games on PC and you can get your Xbox games on PC too. So it's like, I don't think having a console is obsolete or anything like that, but I do believe, and I am of the belief, that the reason why people buy consoles, it's to play with their friends. I really think it's to play with their friends. And some of the most popular games, they're not exclusives, right? At least on PlayStation and Xbox. Like, it's the Call of Duties, it's the NBA 2Ks, it's stuff like that, right? But I do think that for like secondary consoles, people pick up a secondary console for the console's offering. Like, if there is something on the console that is exclusive to just the console, people will pick up that particular console so they can play the game, But I think with this model, maybe more people will be less inclined to go for that secondary console. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think it's like, I mean, PlayStation is still coming out with good games, great games even. So I'm not necessarily concerned, but you know, PlayStation is not my primary platform. So maybe that's why too, you know, maybe that's why there's no concern on my end. I mean, at the end of the day, I can play wherever, so it's just like whatever, but it is something very interesting to take note of, and I do have to wonder if one day we will get to a point where these games, these single player games even, will also launch day and date when it comes to PC. I I would honestly be surprised if that happened. I've definitely been someone who has been like, I don't think they'll do that, but definitely a win for PC primary holders, you know, especially the PC players who aren't all that interested in like PlayStation games or certain PlayStation games. So I don't know. What do you guys think of it? I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, you know, and yeah, really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. I'm definitely excited to hear what else is going to happen as time goes on. All right. I'll catch you guys for another one. Peace.